Hey everyone. Today I'm going to do the April 2018 favorites. If I don't have it with me, it's probably like really big or I can't find it. And but anyway, so I'm gonna start off. Definitely a favorite. I don't know if it's just the month of April, but definitely a favorite of mine is my crock pot, and I have the biggest one. I think it is 6 quarts. I'll definitely be squeezing in, let me just a little bit here. I'll definitely be squeezing in a picture maybe here. I'm definitely going to be always links in my description box. So just so you know, it just being a mom and even having a busy schedule, like when I was still working and doing all that, I really did still enjoy my crock pot. Did I use it as often as I do now? No, but it does save a lot of time for me. So that's one of my favorites. And next is my Mistier Eau de Parfum. So the month of April, I was incredibly obsessed. This was my go-to fragrance. For whatever reason, I just leaned towards this one. I think I probably used a different fragrance one time, but this was really my go-to. And this was not the latest release. This was released in, I don't know, I'll link it down below. I think it's 2007, if I'm not mistaken, or 2010. But there is a newer version of this, and I did smell that one. A lot of people were disappointed. A lot of people are angry about it because I think it's kind of a novelty to buy this one now because they don't, whatever is in stock, that's the only thing they have. They're not manufacturing them anymore. They only are manufacturing the new release, which is a new formulation. I did smell the newer release. It's not exactly this one, but it's not very far from it. I would say it's about 90 to 95% the same to me. So, I've had this quite a while and I still have a lot. You really don't need a lot to use this, especially in most of the year. If you live in like California, then you'll go through this bottle pretty fast. If you're living in like a 4-season weather and you're in the colder months when you use this, you need 1 or 2 spritz. Like sometimes 2 is a little too much. 1 is definitely plenty. But what I've noticed that even in kind of slightly warm but not too warm weather, this still performs phenomenally. So this is one of my favorites. My other favorite is my Louis Vuitton Turenne in the PM size. I took my son to the park the first time, and this was definitely my crossbody bag. Ever since it got warmer and winter is over, I have been kind of on the look of, or in the hunt of another crossbody bag. But then I'm thinking, you know what? The Turenne is definitely like the perfect crossbody bag for me because I remember telling you guys in my other video that I used to have the Pochette Métis, and I really didn't like. I think I got it because it was just different. It wasn't something I was in love with, and I mean the Turenne, I was completely in love with this when I first got it, and then after noticing if I put my iPad in here, my iPad mini too, it's not the regular size iPad, this becomes really heavy, and because the straps are skinny, it digs in my shoulders, so I just don't bring my iPad mini 2 in here, and it's perfect. It's perfect for just a shoulder bag. It's perfect for a crossbody bag. It's perfect for like a walk, or when you're going to the park, or when you're going to the store really quick, like a quick errand. This is my go-to bag. I can never be one of those people that uses like either a mini pochette or a clay or a pochette accessoire or something in that size, or just a favorite to be like to go run some errands. I need more than just that teeny tiny bag. That's why when I had the favorite I had it, I used it one time and I sold it. I had the Damier Ebene and I've never looked back. Honestly, I got it because it was there, and I mean, this is a different lifestyle than I used to have, and I'm not in that lifestyle anymore. I don't want to be. I don't want to be the type of person that just keeps on buying, and not really appreciating it, not liking it, and I'm wasting a lot of money because I'm reselling it, and it's not going to be the same price as when I bought it, which is really stupid because when you use it even once, and when I use it even once, it's in perfect condition. However, it's already used, you know, it's in that used category. So why would anybody buy the same price when you can still buy it at the store? So yeah, I try as much as possible not to do that kind of thing anymore because of that. And this was my other item on my favorites is my Turnell in the MM. This was definitely my everyday bag, especially in the colder months. Let me give you a sight of this beautiful bag. Look at how beautiful that is. And as I keep using it and wearing it, the leather is definitely, it felt less stiff to me. When I first got it, it did feel kind of stiff. And I was really worried because when I had the Retiro, the new model, the shoulder strap was about as wide as the Tureen PM, MM, and GM. However, because I also had it in Noir, the leather was the pebbled leather, and it was really skinny, and I guess I overpacked it, and it kind of, I don't know why, but the shape was so beautiful, but then when you're wearing it crossbody or you're wearing it on your shoulder, the shape of it just kind of slumped for me a little bit, to me. So I really didn't like it. I think I used it a few times. Again, this was a few years ago, and that's how I used to be with my bags. I really didn't like it. So it was very, very beautiful. I was very, very intrigued because I also had the Retiro in the old model. It was okay, but that was a little chunky, and I kind of thought, oh my god, they have it in like pebbled leather, you know. But anyway, the more I use this, because I also still use this here, and I do put this on my shoulder like that, and especially now when it's warmer, I can definitely do that. I can definitely get away with it because I can just go outside in a t-shirt now or a tank top, instead of like the colder months. For the colder months, there have been times that I put in the crook of my arm, but most definitely, oh my god, the shoulder strap has been the best part of this bag because it's really wide. I believe this is thicker than the Speedy. I'm not sure, but it is just so soft. It feels somewhat different with this one. I don't know why, and maybe it's because the other side is canvas. I don't know why, or maybe it's just my mind playing tricks on me, but I love it so much. And there are a lot of people, and I like watching a lot of videos, different types of videos. I even watch like replica videos, and for people who don't know the term fake versus replica, a fake is something that is definitely like, what was the definition of it? But a replica bag is something that will look identical to this. However, it's not manufactured by Louis Vuitton. That's what a replica bag is. A fake bag will look exactly like this, essentially. However, they do certain things with it to make it different. Do you understand? Like they either patina this or they change the color or something. So actually, I got that term from more, I think, an antique, and it's an antique terminology because there's a lot of people that when they do antiques, they do antiquing and they do sell that, or they get insurance for it. Sometimes, people tend to buy fake antique, and even replica antique. It's just, it's trying to portray to be real. but it's manufactured different, from a different manufacturer. A fake is like, I forgot the definition. This is gonna drive me crazy. But anyway, so I was even looking at replica bags, and I don't know how much they are, but I'm pretty sure they're not very expensive. But there were a lot of people that were like complaining about the stitching and all that stuff. And just so you know, all of my Louis Vuitton items, they never had perfect stitching. There are always going to be certain parts that are crooked. When YouTubers and certain people on forums talk about stitching, it means that the stitching is frayed, that it's either coming off, it's not stitched correctly, there's a mistake on there. That's when they're complaining about the stitching. And sometimes when people they don't know much about the brand and it's their first bag, a lot of times they expect it to be bulletproof, which is not really gonna happen. So I actually saw a lot of replica bags that were on camera anyway, on a video, that looked really, really good. Like, I probably couldn't tell, but a lot of them were like Neverfulls. And also with the Damier Ebene, and a lot of people don't know that, with the Damier Ebene, certain bags have different shades of it, and not everybody knows that. So some people will like to compare like model A of Damier Ebene, model B of Damier Ebene, and then one of them is Louis Vuitton and one of them is a replica, and they're gonna say, oh my gosh, the canvas doesn't match, because it's probably a different shade of canvas for that particular model. So you really want to compare it to that. I'm not encouraging anybody to get a replica bag. I'm just saying that, you know, if you're complaining to complain and you don't really know what an original bag looks like, or an original Louis Vuitton, then you really should do better research. Because not all of them, but there were some that really, really looked amazing. But I don't really encourage that, because that's tied up to to a lot of bad things in the world. Okay, a lot of bad things in the world, like sex trafficking and gangs and all that. But you know, some people prefer that because they don't want to spend a lot of money. To me, I don't understand that, because you're buying Louis Vuitton for the quality, the longevity, the life of it. And so if you buy a replica bag, that's just for you. If you buy a replica bag, I don't know how long that's gonna last. So I don't understand why you're buying it. Yeah. Maybe just to pretend that you have a Louis Vuitton bag, but it's not really a Louis Vuitton bag. So yeah, that part just doesn't add up in my head. You know, it just doesn't add up in my head. But I did come up with some news about Chanel, that they were actually selling replica bags. The actual store actually sold replica bags, and I don't know if they've stopped it, but a lot of people have complained. I know a friend of mine, two actually, but I'm not really a Chanel person, so I didn't know anything, and they were like, there's something off with my bed. Anyway, long story short, they were looking at videos, they were talking to other people, and they noticed that their bag was not manufactured by Chanel. They were manufactured by a replica manufacturer. I don't know if, they probably have like a sweatshop somewhere. And one of them actually went back and exchanged it, and it was another replica. It was a different bag. It was a different item. Same model, I think, but it was still a replica. And I think she's really salty about it right now. And she says she's done buying new Chanel for now until they change that or whatever, and that clears up. And then she says she's gonna wait a few years. So I don't know if that's just at the heat of the moment, but you gotta watch out about that. I I never really would have believed it until I mean, I know these people really well, and first off, they probably wouldn't know where to buy a replica bag, and second, I don't understand why they would, you know, because they love the brand so much. So I don't understand why they would buy a replica bag and then go to the store, physical store itself, and then return it. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. So I do trust them completely. And if it was a replica, they would have told me that. But anyway, so I think that kind of ignited something in me that I was really researching and going through replica bags, especially for Chanel. And then, you know, when you go to YouTube and you look at a certain video and it has recommendations on the side, and then it popped up like Louis Vuitton, and I looked at some of those and they were really spot on. They were really good. Unless you're like, you're like staring at it this way, you know, like that, and comparing one for side to side. These replica bags are really great. And you know what? Now that I think about it, I'll probably make a video of me just doing research and investigating about replica bags. Louis Vuitton. I might do a Chanel, but maybe not, because I'm not an expert on it. But if there are some news and I want to share it and I'm confident about the information, I definitely will. But anyway, that's enough chit chat about that replica stuff. But anyway, so this was my everyday bag. I would say this is definitely my going to be a cold weather go-to everyday basic bag, because it is just, oh my god, I'm really loving the Noir pebbled leather. It's low maintenance. I mean, no issues. I haven't had any problems with this bag. The bottom part, the horizontal part of the L, I don't know if you can see it, is from the gold. It already kind of faded a little bit. This is the only issue that I do have of the bag, is because it's like a sticker on it, like a gold sticker on it. It's not even embossed, I think. Yeah, it's not embossed. It's more like a gold sticker. And the R on top of it is already fading. The left leg of the R has already faded. So, and the some parts of the letters are already starting to fade. So that's the part that I really don't like. But everything else is just beautiful. And there's also the same thing going on here, and the stamp right here. Those are the two things that I really don't like. I feel like they should have just done an embossment on it and left it at that. If they wanted to do like gold on it, but embossed it first though, then that would have been better. But they didn't want to do that anyway. Some people might not like the fact that this does not have a D-ring. Honestly, I hate D-rings because I never hook anything on it. And when I used to have like a keychain by Louis Vuitton, and I would hook something on it, it scratched some of my SLGs. So I really didn't like that part either. And ever since then, I never ever like use a D-ring at all. This also only has 2 pockets, and they're not very big. It would have been also kind of nice if there's another pocket, but I know that the reason they probably didn't have another pocket here was because there's already a pocket right here in the front bottom, and that would have really exacerbated the bag and probably stressed the bag really badly, and that's why. Some people did not like the MM. Some people have said they prefer the PM because when you are using it with the shoulder strap, this tends to do this. I don't really mind it. I think it like gives uniqueness and character to my bag. I think it makes me happy when it does that. As strange as that sounds, because I know it's mine and it's not a display bag. You know how it like always perfectly looks like that. Plus, I don't really like stiff bags anyway. To me, it feels really boxy and it kind of hurts my side. I think my body's just a little sensitive. I know a lot of people prefer structured bags. I don't like structured bags. What bag did... I even think the old model of the Retiro was really structured for me. Like in the corners, it was structured for me, and even in the bottom, and I really didn't like that part. That's why I sold it. I like the size of it. It was like almost the perfect size for me, but it was just so boxy that it was like a love-hate relationship. The more I used it, the more I loved it, and the more I hated it. So I would really prefer to have a bag that's similar to this, in which when I am using it, there is nothing but love. So these are my favorite things. And of course my Sarah wallet, and unfortunately, because this is not my current bag, it's in my other bag. I have been using a different bag, so that would probably be, if I don't switch it back, that would probably be like my May favorite. So anyway, thank you guys for stopping by, and don't worry, everything that I always talk about, if you're new to my channel, if you've never seen any of my videos, I always link everything down below. I'm gonna try and squeeze in some pictures here in case you guys are wondering what it is, but if I'm not gonna do that, feel free to look at the link below. It should route you over to the item that I was just demonstrating, and I was showing you guys what they were. Thank you guys again. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you hit the like button, the subscribe button, as well as the bell, so you'll be notified every time I do have a new video uploaded. There should be links over here in regards to a few of my other videos, and I hope you do watch those as well. Thank you. Bye.